Dealing with insurance companies in the wake of an accident can be tricky, and not understanding how things work could end up costing you thousands of dollars. We have Michael Federico of Guard Dog Law here to talk about why having an attorney can make a huge difference in the wake of an accident. Thanks for being here, first of all. Let's talk about the snags that people run into when they try to do it on their own. If after an accident they just say, okay, the insurance company is going to take care of it, where can things go sideways?
Well, the problem you have when you're dealing with an accident case on your own is the insurance company has only their own interests in mind. In other words, say you were the victim of an accident, you get rear-ended from behind, you're injured. You think that they're going to pay you the fair value, if not the maximum value. What happens there is you get rear-ended, they want to claim that you are at fault. Mm-hmm. How could you be at fault? The other person was cited. What they say is, well, we can get the citation excluded from evidence. Hey, did you come to a safe stop? Did you use your blinker? Were you distracted? Any kind of reason to try to figure out why you were at fault and not the person that hit you. On top of that, you might be injured, and they'll say you're not injured. They'll take a look at the pictures of the property damage estimates, $1,000 of property damage. Hey, you must not have been injured.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had an instance once where I was in an accident, and the insurance company sent me a check unsolicited, and it was for a fraction of what my car ended up costing. And thankfully, I reached out to an attorney and said, hey, what's this? And they said, oh, don't cash that check. Is that a common ploy?
That's very common. They like to take advantage of individuals that are not represented or, in fact, represented by an inexperienced injury attorney. In fact, they go so far as to say, even though you are injured in an accident, they will say, oh, you probably were not injured, and in fact, we have proof of that. For example, you might want to continue on with work. You might want to hold off of medical care for a few days, thinking, the pain and suffering is going to get better.
Right.
So what they do is they use that against you. Hey, they'll say, did you go by ambulance to the hospital? Did you go to a hospital the day of the incident? Did you go for medical care on the day after the incident? Those answers are no. They'll say, well, you must not have been injured. You don't want to take off time from work. People like to work, people like to make money and try to mitigate their damages, so to speak. So what the insurance company will do is say, well, you didn't take off any time from work. You must not have been injured from the accident. And the alternative, took off 2 months from work because you were severely injured, they'll say, well, you took off too much time from work. So you just can't win with these insurance companies going at it alone.
Yeah, and it's a little scary because obviously you're shaken by an accident and you don't have, maybe you're not thinking straight sometimes, so it really is good to have somebody in your corner.
No, absolutely. An insurance company and the claims handlers, they are not your advocate. I consider the claims handlers and insurance adjusters to basically be excuse masters, excuses of why they're not going to pay you full value, let alone fair value. They are hired by the insurance companies. They are not your advocate. The only person that could be your advocate is your experienced injury attorney, such as myself.
Michael, appreciate you being here very much. For a free personal injury consultation, you can visit Guard Dog Law at 500 North Rainbow, Suite 300, or you can call them at the phone number on that screen at 702-625-9777. And of course, they have their website, guarddoglaw.com.